Yeah.
What we gonna do now? Now we make.
I'm literally going to do 10 minutes of this, and this. How
Oh,
how
okay.
you do queries,
Yeah,
then
okay.
we're good. It's good to go. Couldn't find her. No?
Yeah, Lex.
Oh, cool. Okay. Whew. Cool.
Are they still next door?
Sorry?
Is there still people next door? Yeah.
Okay, so last thing, we're good, yeah? Yeah. So we were just waiting for the department form to create. As I said, there's always a long pause because it rattles through, but as you can see, it's created it now. So it probably takes about, it's best to sort of step away, make a cup of tea, and then, you know, it does actually create it. And what I did was I just created an IT department. As you remember, I restricted, so head of department was restricted, but location was geo coordinates, so therefore it's an invalid, just me writing London, and a phone number. It's not happy of those X's being put in there, so it's showing those. So I'd have to put actual geo coordinates or and a phone number there. But you'll also see that what you can have is edit with form. So it's automatically assigned that, so it means that you don't have to go into the media markup language and change it. You just edit it with a form, which is great. So if I just add some random numbers there, that should be less of an error. And then the London, I'd have to look at geoform. Oh, it doesn't like that. Your eyes. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that's that. So the other thing that we created was persons, and we created those using a form as well. And we're asking about queries. So what I've done is I created a page here called company employees, and this has a list of all the company employees. We've got 5 employees that I've created, and you can see that this was created through a simple query. So it's asking everybody in the category persons, and it's who, and it also then you can create the columns. So I've just put who the person is and what their job title is. And if you look at here, of course, John Smith, you're only allowed 2 values. You had to be a solution architect or program manager, and John Smith was an IT manager, so it didn't register with that. So if I change that to solution manager, it would then pop up. So I also created a page called program manager, and what I did here is I created a query, but my query was persons, but it was also specifically who is just a program manager. So if I took this out, and I showed preview, what you'll get now is all of the people. It won't just filter down those who are program managers. So I put in there, that restricts it to just program managers, and that makes sense because that is what you want on that page. So that is about, it's gone quite loud, that is about collating that information, creating the properties, then creating pages that were talked about for stakeholder stakeholder viewpoints. So that is a page of just all the program managers in the organisation, and so on. We can list all your people, and so on and so on. So we've now created all those. We've created the properties, the templates, the forms. You can fill these things in. You can edit them with forms, making it really easy for people to fill in the wiki, create that information, and then you can have their viewpoints. We haven't even scratched the surface of the Power of Semantic Media wiki in terms of the way you can display information, whether it be on maps. There's all sorts of extensions where you can create Gantt charts or timelines and all sorts of different things. So it's about working out what you want people to see, how you gather that information, how you make it easy to capture that information using forms, and then actually then displaying that information. So I mean, I don't know how long that was. It's probably a good 3 hours, 4 hours. That sort of shows you, this is just the baseline. And then from here, I'd say go out there, think about things you want to build, start building them, start practicing building them, and then you can just go from there. So are there any final questions? No, we're all semanticked out, if that's a word. Excellent. No, thank you very much. Yeah, lost in semantics. There we go. Excellent. Cool.
All right, super. Ben, many thanks.
No, thank you.
I know we've been out for some drinks yesterday evening, so I know how or I can imagine how hard this is to do really a 3 hours one-man show.
Yeah.
Many thanks for this, and hopefully all the recordings went well, so that you can add them to the already existing videos you made.
Yeah.
Many thanks. I think especially for the newcomers, this is super helpful. Instead of reading tons of text, just hang around, take a look at a video that is well made by a native speaker. That's also very valuable. So many thanks again, and big applause for Ben.
Thank you. Excellent. Cheers.